Coming to you live again, trying to get tapped in the community as I'm a representative of the loss of God to be restored. Uh, Block going on the social networks concerning a 5 year old girl that was killed along with her father in the Fort Worth area. His name was Little Ronnie. Was a well-liked rapper out the Fort Worth area, and him and his daughter were killed. The suspects they have in the shooting have been arrested, according to social networks, saying that they had a picture of a lady on there that she was arrested, and they had her crying and whatnot. She was arrested along with these two perpetrators they claiming on the news, uh, and she was crying as they arrested her, and she was then released. I guess sometime later, and the black community just went in on this lady, telling her, "Oh, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, and they gonna kill you," and all of this old kind of stuff. Just speculating into thinking that this lady had something to do with the 5 year old girl and the local Fort Worth rapper Lil Ronnie being killed. Now, it's such a shame to see how quick and how easy it is to make the black community turn on itself. You have to know, uh, as a black woman living in America, that this could have been you any day. And so for you to actually torch this lady, as far as social networking is concerned, and I pray to God that nothing happened to this lady that they're talking about. They released a video saying that she he called her to give him a ride. She was giving him a ride, felt like she was being followed, and she was actually glad that they got caught, because she's saying she didn't have anything to do with it, or no knowledge of it or anything, pretty much at the time of the incident. So it was a sad thing to see them scorch this black lady. For one, we have a 5 year old daughter from the black community killed in gun violence. That's one deceased. And then you have the rapper who died alongside his 5 year old daughter. That's two deceased. Now, when the police made the arrest, there were three people in the car. As far as my knowledge, all three were arrested. If it's true that the two black gentlemen that they arrested are guilty of this crime, if it's true, right, that they're guilty of this crime, then that's two more lives lost. Three people in the car, three arrested, one released. So if the two that's still in custody are charged with the uh, very sad tragedy concerning this little Ronnie and his daughter, then that's two more lives lost because uh, a lifetime in prison, a 30-year sentence in prison, you just may as well be dead. Okay? So that's four lives lost. Four lives. Two suspected murderers of the little Ronnie and his daughter. That's four lives lost. And to think that just that quick, without any information, without knowing situations and circumstances, you have the black community of America seeking to lynch the fifth, wishing her death and destruction, swearing they're gonna kill her. What has this country come to? I am so saddened by the loss of this 5-year-old girl. That's why I'm on here talking about it. This is my second live episode of this little Ronnie and his daughter. Simply because I am saddened by her having to be killed because of the mindsets of a lost people. But it definitely hurt my heart as well to see that these four lives, two are gone, two are pending trial, and then the fifth lady say, I don't know anything about this. All I know is they called me to give them a ride. I felt like we was being followed. And once they were arrested, she was so happy because she didn't want any parts of that. You understand? She sad, not for her friend that she was giving a ride, but she sad for the 5-year-old daughter that was killed. But does that matter to the black community? No. They seek to destroy her. How about how somebody gonna kill this lady? Talking like that, people talking like that are no better than the two shooters who so the news say perpetrated this crime. The slanderers on the social media networks who would say this lady deserved to be in jail. This lady deserved to be charged. This lady deserved to be shot and killed by someone who may be upset about, the situations of what's going on there in Fort Worth. I know y'all seen the movie Animal, where they raised up this savage beast, right? And cut him loose on any and everything to devour it. In the movie Animal, he did a lot of destruction to the black community, but he also did a lot of destruction to other people as well. Okay, so it's just the Willie Lynch papers is what was exposed to him after his series of animalistic acts that landed him in prison, where he was introduced to a black political activist who gave him these papers. And in these papers it say Willie Lynch, a former slave master who had claimed to have mastered the art and was well respected amongst the European, British colonies that set the foundations in America. He was well recognized among them as a master of controlling the Negro problem. And this is what he said. He said, I have a plan that will keep the Negroes enslaved for hundreds, if not thousands of years. It's a really simple process. You take the light skin and turn them against the dark skin. You take the mother and turn her against the father. You take the son and turn them against the sister. Cousins against cousins. Neighbors against neighbors. As long as, this is the Willie Lynch idea, as long as we can get them to fight each other, then they'll do our job for us and keep their own selves enslaved. Only thing we got to do is kind of just set the stage a little bit for them to make sure that this is happening and monitor it. Willie Lynch suggested that if the United States played this role in this agenda, it would keep the black man, the black woman, enslaved for thousands of years to come. The year is 2025. And Willie Lynch was very good at his job. It's easy to see in this case of little Ronnie and his 5-year-old daughter. There are codes to the streets. One of them codes is you will not run around here killing the kids. It's a cardinal rule in the hood. However, in the heat of some kind of moment, gunshots were exchanged in Fort Worth, Texas. And regardless of us having a cardinal rule of no kids, this 5-year-old daughter dies anyway to the hands of shooters who the world is claiming is black. I don't want to go with that storyline. I don't know that it's true. You understand? But it serves, the storyline serves the agenda of Willie Lynch. Because here you is, this storyline, not saying that it's true, but the storyline reads as young, dang near babies they own self, though not 5 years old. Dang near babies they own self. From the pictures I seen on social media, these boys is damn near babies they own self. So 2 young African American men take fire. This is the storyline from Fort Worth, Texas. Take fire at famous local rapper Little Ronnie, killing him and his 5-year-old daughter. Now that's some Willie Lynch shit for your ass. That's some Willie Lynch shit for your ass. But it doesn't stop there. After the killing, so the storyline says, they called for a ride out of town. Okay. This black woman picks them up and takes them where they're asking to go. Along this road, the police interfere and catch they suspects. You see nothing but pain and anguish across the face of the black woman who was arrested, giving them a ride after the fact of what had happened. And she's crying. All she was doing was being helpful. A friend asked for a ride, and now she is under threat of murder charges for something that she has no idea what's going on. Okay? So then they release her and say, no, we understand. You just give them a ride. You didn't fully know what was going on, so we're gonna let you go. You know, because really you innocent. If not, they would have never let her go. I'll tell you that now. She innocent. Just had the most shocking experience of her lifetime, I'm sure. Only to get home and find out that she is now got her 20 minutes of fame, 2 minutes of fame, her shot in the spotlight. And the spotlight reads as this: somebody gonna kill that lady. She ought to be ashamed of herself. She's a murderer. She helped them kill that five. These is what people are saying on the social networks. Hanging this woman, invoking people to be looking for her and take her life. Because her name is in the story. Because she was arrested with the people. Because she's now released. Did it ever cross anybody's mind that maybe, just maybe, it's been enough pain out here? For God's sakes, there's a 5-year-old girl dead, as well as her father. And people are sick about that. I'm one of them. But did it ever cross your mind to think them two young men, though not 5 years old, are babies they own self? They babies, they own self. And now these young African American men, these young black fellows, or these young YNs, if found guilty of this crime, are basically dead too, while living. You be 17, 18 years old, 19 years old, and somebody give you a 30-year aggravated sentence. Somebody give you a life sentence. And then you tell me if you still living or not. Because I can guarantee you that the answer is no. They dead. You might say, no, them niggas ain't dead, but they should be. Okay, well, whatever. I'm gonna tell you like it is. I ain't come here to lie to you and play no games with you. I'm hustle speaks I'm for the lost to be restored to God. To prevent stuff like this from continuing to increase in numbers in our neighborhood. I'm in it to stop the mass incarceration of the black people that would produce mindsets to where somebody could walk up and do this kind of act. So when I say, if convicted of this crime, they get 20, 30 years aggravated for a murder charge, a life sentence for a murder charge. You don't even have to ask them. You can if you want. But I'm telling you, they dead. I know this from the 10 years of incarceration I have done my own self. For 10 years, I was dead. Thank the Lord Jesus, I live again. Get a chance to do this again. The Willie Lynch effect. You done killed the 5-year-old girl, which go through against everything my hood loves. Everything. You done killed her daddy. A story that is sure to shock the world. If found guilty, 2 more black men, life is over. But the innocent lady that was just giving her friends a ride, you seek to have her killed? You would enlist the neighborhood to hurt this lady? Tell me that ain't Willie Lynch. You tell me that the story ain't true, and I'll call you a damn lie. I will hope that we take a different approach going forth. Part of my mission to restore the loss of God is to get those on the outside looking in as if they know what's going on to realize and do what Jesus told you to do. He didn't tell you to throw a stone at the murderer. That's Old Testament. He didn't tell you to outcast the people involved in drug trades. He didn't tell you to outcast them. He said, I come for the sick. I come for the lost. I come so that they could be restored to the Father. Now here you is. You lost group of black people, my own self included. Here we is, gonna stomp on and curse our own people. Charleston White, he out of Fort Worth. I've been listening to him for some time now. I don't get down with the rat cheese, say cheese. Hey, say cheese TV, I get down with you, you know what I'm talking about? All that telling on folks stuff, I don't get down with all that. But Charleston White is from Fort Worth. And he had a movie that came out. And I'm surprised I haven't seen this address. I'm surprised it's probably out there. I just haven't seen it. But he has a new movie on Tubi. That Dewberry is in the movie, but he come in at the end as a doughboy. You understand, as a doughboy, and it kind of make you wish that the movie didn't go off so we can see where they going with old Dewberry moving in and pumping up the block a bit. You know, I mean, just for entertainment purposes. Okay, well, you talk to old doughboy, so whatever. You know what I'm saying? But in the movie Wrong Address, Charleston White is living with his daughter, her boyfriend, and the daughter has a child. The box is delivered to the wrong address. That's the name of the movie, Wrong Address. The box is delivered to the wrong address, which is Charleston White house. He don't pay no attention to it. He grabbed the box. Charleston White grabbed the box, put it in the house. The sister, the daughter, Charleston White daughter, find out it got some product in it. You know what I'm saying? Some marijuana in it. So she tell her boyfriend, man, we really need to get this rent money. They come up into cahoots on how they gonna sell this box. Now her boyfriend actually end up selling it, if you can follow this, to her baby's daddy, as he is not the father, but he the boyfriend living there with Charleston White daughter. So this Charleston White grandson. So Charleston White daughter sell the box. Charleston White daughter's boyfriend sells the box to Charleston White's daughter's baby daddy, which is a whole different person, lives at a whole nother address. Well, word get back to the owner of the product that Charleston White grandson daddy got the weed. And just so happened, he just pulled up to pick up his son and taking him to go play basketball. They sitting in the car, and they sitting in the car, and they spotted the Charleston White grandson is in the car with his daddy, with his biological daddy, sitting in the car, about to shoot some hoops. The owner of the box spot him. He's approaching them with no thoughts of talking. When he get to the car, he take his pistol. Pow, 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 pow. Let off numerous rounds into the car, striking the little boy and his daddy. Now, In this story, Wrong Address, you can find it on Tubi. Ain't been that long. But in this story, the father survived the gunshots, but the little boy didn't. That's the movie Wrong Address. It definitely correlates into the situation, because just watching the movie, that was a very sad situation. Outside of the fact that it was just a movie, so you can kind of just move on from it. Okay? You can just kind of move on from it. But this here is real life. This is real life. And this is happening. It's happening. How do we fix this? That's a trick question. Because I'll surely tell you how. In the Old Testament, you were commanded 10 commandments. Things changed when Jesus came. He gave you one very simple commandment. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Now, I can't speak for California. I'm not trying to say that them black brothers that they put on the news did this. I wasn't there. And you wasn't either. But just to go along with their storyline and to play this Willie Lynch thing from a black mindset that could cause these years to be over with. He said Willie Lynch said he had a plan that would keep us in prison for hundreds, if not thousands of years. As sure as you look at the news and the media and things happening from your day-to-day knowledge of just in your own very communities throughout the years, especially of recently, you can easily see that the Willie Lynch theory is alive and well and keeping us bound. I'm gonna offer you this solution today. A solution to end the Willie Lynch theorem. Here's the solution. Born in California. Now, I say that because it's gang related. The solution is, and before you cut my throat, just remember that Jesus came for the lost, and God will surely leave you 99 for one poor lost soul just like myself. Okay, keep that in mind as we dive into this alternative method to kill the Willie Lynch theory, to kill its actions, and to make that null and void going forth today. Check it out and see if it right. Born California. And I say born California because of knowledge given from the brothers of Cali. One named mainly Brick Baby, where he was saying uh, there's real blood on the floor uh, in California between these different uh, 40 blocks and 60 blocks, and 50s and 55. What is that? 5-5 crib, big crib. You know what I'm saying? Crib back, free to home man if he locked up out. So I hope that's not the case. Think it may be. Maybe. Hopefully it's not as much time as somebody had posted one day, as we know that the medias can never really be accurate these days. So, but barring them, because they are the originators of the Crip and the Blood organization. So I don't want to get into they issues and they problems. But I will have you to know that they organizations in which they started many years ago after the dismantlement of the Black Panther Party, come these organizations, Crips and Bloods, different territories. But those organizations have now spread through all 50 states, 50 plus states in the United States of America. You can find associates of the Crip and the Blood movement in every neighborhood, in every city. Matters not where you go in the United States of America. We have spread there. We're there. And we're no pushovers because life has been so traumatic for us. It has been at any time someone could have come around that corner and we could have been those victims in Fort Worth, and vice versa. So I propose this: barring California, come together, love each other, both Crip and Blood, 60s and 40s, Bounty Hunter, Treetop, Grape Street, and some more. Come together. Let love be our binding cause. Stop looking at each other as if we are enemies. Whether because I got this color on and you got that color on, or I'm from this neighborhood and you stepped on my toes and I really ain't like that. You know, if you see black man and a black or a black woman, show them love. Vow to never harm because of the love that you have for your people. As long as we continue to fight and hate one another, the wrath of God will fall upon us. You say it again. As long as you got hate in your heart for your own people, the wrath of God gonna fall on us. It is when we repent from those hateful ways that we have against one another that God will then, and only then, go before us and restore us to our rightful place on this earth. Things will get better all across the board, not just for our people, but for the whole nation involved. The countless victims can miss that. Those gunshots, those murders, those robberies, those thefts, they can miss all of that. If only God would go before us. However, God will not go before us until we love one another. But make no mistake about it. When we love one another, oh man, God is going to restore us as he did Job, and put us back in a position to where he can say, those are my people, and I go before them. Consider loving your brothers and your sisters, even if they have different mothers and fathers. Man, I want y'all to be blessed. My prayers go out to little Ronnie, though I don't know them. Little Ronnie and his daughter. I can not even imagine what the families must be going through for all parties involved. Because as I said, the two young men who have been arrested, they just babies their own self. And what you look like sitting around here clapping your hands about two young men dying to Texas prisons. My heart go out to little Ronnie and his 5-year-old daughter, as well as the two men whose lives are on the line if convicted guilty of this crime. My heart goes out to the lady who was giving them a ride, when all of a sudden she seen her life flash in front of her face, and she was carted off, handcuffed, and locked away with them, as if this had something to do with her, only to find that she was innocent, had nothing to do with it, released. You be feeling better. Oh man, I went from the first they were saying I was gonna get a life sentence because I had done something, I ain't even do it, and now I'm free. I feel a little better, still kind of shook up, feel a little better, and then to find out they got a bounty on your head. They want you dead. The Willie Lynch law is still alive and active. How do you kill it? Love your brothers and your sisters. Thank God that nothing can separate us from his love. However, make no mistake, God's wrath is upon us. God bless you all, and I hope that you take a listen. Dad, that's not cool. Her birthday's in a month away. Oh my God! Oh yes, thank you. That's cold, Dad. That's foul. It's race between you and your mom. It's yours.